pro. Sometimes in tennis, you don't lose a match. You watch it slip away. One game, 1 point, one hesitation at a time, until the scoreboard tells a story you never saw coming. Guangzhou, center court. Alex Eala versus Claire Liu. Round of 32. The numbers say 6-2, 4-6, 4-6. But numbers can lie. They tell you what happened, not how. Because to really understand this match, you have to rewind to when everything looked certain. Eala dominated the opening set. 6-2. She wasn't just winning. She was dictating. She controlled the baseline, commanded the court, and played with the kind of authority that made it feel like the match was already over. This wasn't a streak of luck. It was the product of a year of progress. Eala came into Guangzhou ranked 53rd in the world, a career high, and the number 4 seed in the draw. She carried expectation, belief, and momentum, the air of a player on her way to the top 50. Across the net, Claire Liu looked overmatched, ranked 305, scrambling to stay in rallies, struggling to find rhythm against Eala's clean, aggressive patterns. The Filipino left-hander shrugged off an early break, then stormed through the final 4 games of the set. Her shots had weight, precision, and intent, the kind of tennis built through years at the Rafa Nadal Academy. Everything worked, every pattern clicked, every ball found its mark. And then the shift began. Not suddenly, quietly. At 4-2 in the second set, Eala was a game away from serving for the match. But Liu changed the terms of battle. She stopped playing into Eala's rhythm. She lifted the ball higher, pushed it deeper, added spin, took time away in a different way by forcing Eala to wait. She slowed the pace, lengthened rallies, and demanded more patience, more precision, more decisions under pressure. The tempo of the match bent. 4-2 became 4-all, then 5-4, then 6-4 to Liu. Momentum didn't just swing, it switched ownership. Eala's dominance faded into frustration. Her patterns that once looked automatic now looked rushed, forced, tense. In the third set, she tried to reset, 3-1. A lead again, a chance to close. But Liu refused to fade. This was a player who'd been here before, a former world number 52, a former junior number 1. She knew how to suffer through points, how to wait for mistakes, how to stay alive. 3-all, 4-3 Eala, another chance, another opening. But the rhythm never came back. At 4-all, in the 9th game of the decider, the match reached its breaking point. Liu broke serve for the 6th time. It was the moment where patience met courage, where defense turned to offense. And from there, she didn't look back. A clean final game. Composed, professional. 6-4. Match over. 2 hours and 28 minutes. A match that began as Eala's statement victory ended as Liu's masterclass in tactical adjustment. For Eala, this wasn't supposed to happen. Not after the season she's had. Not after making history at the US Open, becoming the first Filipino in the Open era to win a Grand Slam main draw match. That was supposed to be the breakthrough, proof that she could not only compete with the world's best, but beat them. A continuation of the path she began back in 2022, when she won the US Open girls singles title, the first Filipino ever to claim a junior Grand Slam crown. Those roots and her years at the Rafa Nadal Academy built the foundation for her climb into the top 60. But this defeat extends her losing streak to 4 matches, a rare stretch that tests confidence and clarity. Still, rankings don't always tell the truth. Liu may have entered Guangzhou at 305, but she's a former top 60 player with real tour experience, someone who knows what it takes to win on big stages. She came through qualifying, defeating tough opponents like Victoria Jimenez-Casanteva and Linda Fruvertova, both strong, dangerous players. By the time she faced Eala, Liu was sharp, tuned, and fearless. There were no controversies, no luck, no excuses, just tennis. Pure, psychological, tactical tennis. Eala's game was built on early acceleration, on taking time away. But as Liu raised the ball height and stretched the rallies, those same patterns demanded more precision under pressure, more patience when the points dragged on, and when the moment tightened, those margins disappeared. The unforced errors crept in at the worst possible times: break points, deuce games, closing chances. The aggression that once looked fearless turned tentative. The freedom of the first set became tension in the third. Liu stayed calm. She trusted her defense. She forced Eala to hit one extra shot, then another, then one more. And when it mattered most, Eala blinked first. But this isn't the kind of loss that defines a career. It's the kind that shapes one. Because Eala has already proven she can rise. She's already made history for her country. She's already shown what happens when talent meets discipline. Yes, this loss stings. Yes, it'll replay in her mind. At practice, on flights, before sleep. But she still has doubles to play, teaming with Nandia Kiendak and Nakgeng Klengwi and Emily Appleton. That's not a consolation prize. It's an immediate opportunity to rebuild, to rediscover rhythm, to feel the ball again. In doubles, decisions are faster, reactions sharper. Confidence returns point by point. And sometimes, that's all it takes to flip the script when singles resume. Because the real test in tennis isn't how you start a match, it's how you finish one when your opponent refuses to go away, when they push you, when they demand that you win it the hard way. Guangzhou was cruel, but it was also necessary. Sometimes the matches that hurt the most are the ones that teach you the most. And for Alex Eala, this isn't an ending. It's a chapter, a reminder that greatness isn't built on perfect wins, but on how you recover from the ones that slipped away. End.